If you're wrecking a home, you're wrecking a home. The point is there is no accountability for men. So when we talk about these side chicks, the first thing we want to do is look at the woman. I've been that woman that look at a side chick and be like, ugh, how could you? Da da da. But the realest shit is, how could you look at your bitch every night and say how much you love her? How could you post your bitch? How could you marry a woman? How could you have a child with a woman? Do all this and hold your woman up to this high standard? Because I'd never see. The funniest thing is, we'll sit up here and talk about strippers, terrible, prostitutes, terrible, but fun, their lifestyles.
Yes, they're good girls.
You just aside, you never be my main, as if that's some type of reward. Your main's being cheated on, disrespected, degraded, and you're putting your main in danger in the line of having STDs and some more shit and being completely and totally torn and broken apart. So, there's no homework or side chick. If you both, you both.
So what y'all think about that?
That sounds like something.
But it's, and that goes back to the question I think Mistaken asked: whose responsibility is it? Because at the end of the day, she doesn't have to pledge allegiance to your family. It's your family.
Look, that sounds like something that an angry side chick would say to try and tell the woman.
She did sound like
we the same.
She did sound a little angry. She sounded a little involved in that, but I'm not to say, but I get what she's saying though. Is it? I mean, let's just take. Just tonight, I want you guys to forget that you're the men and we're the women. On the outside looking in, and we see a situation. Are we asking the side chick to be the bigger person in this situation? Is that what we're expecting? Let's be honest. She obviously does not have any class about herself, morals, just to be in the situation in the first place. Sorry, all the side chicks in the chat. I apologize.
That's not necessarily true.
But you're asking the side chick to be the bigger person.
I don't think it's about being the big person. I think it's about understanding your role in it. Yeah. And I think that's where, like, the side chicks have gone a little wild in that sense, where, now they've expanded into lanes they don't necessarily belong, or they're not, let me say this way, that they're not delegated to, right? I don't think it's more so about, we're expecting you to be an upstanding citizen, but to do the job that you're allocated.
So I just want to say, first of all, the lady actually sounds like she doesn't really understand. She's trying to explain how being what a man does with a side chick is wrong on the man's side. She wants us to view it like women view it. And that's just not the way it works. We, as men, we can completely compartmentalize the two different women. Like that's how it's done. Funny thing, we're more honest with the side chick than we are with the main. That's the number one thing. In order to get that side chick to truly accept her role, we're going to be bluntly honest with her. Either you accept these terms or you don't. And typically there's no sugarcoat. There's no BSing with it, because we know what it can look like if it does blow up, right? So we keep it 100 with that person. Completely 100 with that person.
But
that way she has a choice. Either you accept this role or you don't accept this role. If you don't accept it, cool, bet.
That the real fast.
Hold on, let me just add something real quick to this. So that 100% was how things worked in the past, right? In the future, currently, you can be honest with everybody and get the relationship that you may want, because it's a different world. Like in the past, yeah, it was a stigma upon that. We seen men on men relationships, women on women relationships, men with multiple wives. I even seen women with multiple husbands now. Like at this point, I think you owe it to people just to be honest out the gate to everybody, and then see where them cars fall, because it's not ashamed anymore, and you don't got to be cowardice about it like how we had to when you was real young and it was just the worst thing in the world. And it's always in man nature to act that way.
I wouldn't even see it as cowardice. Like in my mind, and I think in the mind of most men, in our minds, we're like, okay, this is the way I protect her because I know how she values me. And I don't necessarily think that has changed. I think that there are more things that are open, like people are more open about certain things, but I don't think that's most people.
So AP, for me, the reason I use the word coward is because I 100% was afraid of getting caught when I was younger. So that's I won't be afraid of things, and that's the time I can remember. Like, oh, I ain't want to get caught doing this. So
the confessions.
I've been. Come on now, we done been.
I'm joking, Marky Mark.
Yeah, like shit. I live on Front Street. I don't got no. You feel me? But
go ahead, Marky Mark. I want that.
Yeah, but moving forward, that's why I developed that. I told you this whole story before about how I developed honesty. The best policy is my stance and all of that shit. It came from the previous from kind of what she's saying, but I don't really view it how she view it because I 100% agree with AP. It's like trying to convince men to see relationships the same in the same light and from the same feeling that women have them from. But more so about like if you get somebody the choice, you get them the choice. And that's powerful. When you get them that choice, then they could be like, "No, I can't mess with that." Or yeah, I you know what, we can make something work. And you would be surprised. People be more understanding than you thought.
I have a question.
Okay.
There were two things that I heard, and one of the things I hear what you're saying, Mark, is you can be honest. But if that's the case, if more people are being honest these days, this drama is still going on. Obviously, that honesty is not working because some people are looking surprised. But you're right. I think more and more people are, but there are still people who try to do it the old-fashioned way, and maybe it's not working out well for them. My question to the AP, which I was trying to ask, was again, you're asking somebody who is not vested. For example, he has his wife, he has his kid, his reputation. You're saying, "Oh, I'm gonna give you." Lay out all the rules. What is it that she's losing in besides him? What is her loss? It seems like he has so much more to lose than what she has to lose. Does that make sense?
You talking about the side chick?
Yeah. So, because one of the things that you stated was, you sit down and you say you're honest with her. Like, these are the things. This is the way it's going to go. But what's the consequence if she decides to renege and do whatever that she wants to do? Because she doesn't lose anything. She may lose him.
That's a big loss. You say him with such disdain, like him ain't him.
I mean, she got him anyway. She's losing something she doesn't even have.
Depends on the point of view. Yeah. It really depends on your point of view. What do you mean? Like, she has him in the capacity that she wants at that time.
Well, I want
to understand it's still, he's still losing more in the situation. It's his brand, it's his family, his legacy.